Hey everyone, Chelsea here. Want to go over the latest TA to keep you up to date within the crypto market. So Bitcoin's been taking off, but if you look back through the data, so this is when the FTX scandal started. So when that came out, there was obviously a huge downtrend. And the last few days it's been down, but it just had a parabolic move. And this is on the 1 hour. So what a parabolic move is, I'll kind of trace this so you can see, is typically when you're having an up, slightly like a circle going up. And what typically happens is it produces bases. So this is a rising wedge. So if it breaks out of a rising wedge, that is a good sign of a potential uptrend then. Rising wedges typically have a 60% chance of a breakdown, but a parabolic move that has a curve like this, it prints bases. So let me show you this. So here you have a base as well. Do you see that little base down there? And then it broke higher. And this is what creates the parabolic move. Here you have another base, and then it broke higher. So that is a sign, okay, if it breaks out on this larger base too, then it's following this parabolic pattern which has more upside. And now you can use different charts to give you more data. So if you go to potentially the daily chart, the daily price action is above the 200 moving average. So the 200 moving average is the past average of the last 200 days. That is a positive sign of an uptrend or a change of trend when the price action is above the 200 moving average. So if we look at past data here, once it hit that under the 200, obviously it was a huge downtrend. Here, it crossed above the 200 and it went into an uptrend. So a lot of people like to use the moving averages, but that is just, you're building a case, right? You're putting together all of this data and then you're building a case, and you want to always have a plan for both directions. You can react to both directions. So kind of going over that, and then you can even go down to the weekly. So on the weekly chart, here, you have a falling wedge, which falling wedges typically break up. It's a 60% to the upside. And you can always go ahead and take potential of the measure move of this last one, 18%. And then that is the predicted measure move here, 18%, which was, as you see, that was what was hit when it broke out. So it just printed a green candle. You have volume to confirm that on the weekly, so that's an excellent sign. So you're building all of these things together, and this is just going over Bitcoin for you to go ahead and see potential more data to help you put together your plan. And then to give you some news, Shiba Inu, they actually are coming out with their layer 2. So this will be a beta launch. And you may have heard of SHIB through Elon Musk, but when you have good technicals and you apply it with good news that's coming out or events, that will help you even further. So taking a look really quick at the SHIB chart, it has been starting to come to an uptrend. So this is the daily chart, and it just printed a candle above that 200 moving average, which we've been talking about. Now it is very overbought, so looking for a potential move back can help you look for an entry idea. And this is on the daily chart, but you can go back through and you can look for potential past movements, which will help to determine potential levels. So like this was a past level, right, of resistance. So you'll go ahead and draw a horizontal line on this. And if it can break through these levels, that is more potential upside. And that is typically where sellers end up being stacked. But by looking at the daily chart here, you have potential upside of 2 to 3x if it takes off again. So that's just one to be looking at, but you also want to always have up Bitcoin. So a thing that you can do inside of TradingView is select layer, have 2 charts up, then you can have Bitcoin on one, so you know when Bitcoin's taking off, then you can go ahead and look for potential moves in altcoins as well, because this can help you to time moves and to know directions of the market when you use different like Bitcoin and you know what the market's doing within that area. So that'll help you, but that's the latest one of the altcoin news. So I wanted to cover that. That's really a top altcoin as well that has a huge market cap. So I want to go over that real quick for you guys and explain the latest TA around Bitcoin.